No, it only has 4 sides, but or 4 corners.
It's a square.
Yeah,
right.
but it's weirdly shaped. Because like a rhombus, that only has 4 sides.
I'm gonna
and
need
that's
to...
not a square. And a rectangle is also not a square.
It's a rectangle.
So actually...
Don't shape me, Harry.
Shape shame.
I'm insulted. But now he's flying through the sky, stylish as ever. And we are here for the 3rd time in a row. Put your hands together, folks at home. It's Navy Junıor versus Astralıs Talent.
At this point, we probably don't even need to make the intros for all the other maps.
Yeah.
They just need like...
They haven't, I heard.
They just need 12 different Vertigo openers that we can run through.
I'll do it.
Oh, that's funny.
Well, let's find out. We just got confirmation. That's
oh,
that's
that's
the plan.
funny. That's so funny.
Oh,
even they're noticing it.
Okay.
I love this.
Well, yeah, we'll need a whole bucket.
Oh,
now.
right.
Yeah, I mean, it's always weird when you play a map and you go right back into it against the same opponent, but we'll see if it bears any difference here, as they were very long games. It's not like it was a stomp. Vessel, he's over mid to B already, and the rest, they're in B, mate. Navi, a full retake on the B site here in the pistol round. Let's see how it fares. No kit, this was not the plan.
Yeah. Oh dear, Fessa and Altex both double down on the openers, and Fessa's had enough, mate. 3 kills, that's lovely. That decision to stack heavy towards A, it's an interesting one. You know, especially when, as you kind of highlighted, Hugo, there was no kit in play, right? To lean so heavy towards one side of the map. Kind of interesting. And Astralıs Talent going to get pegged as the favorites here. That's...
yeah, I mean, they won the pistol, so that's probably why, but we'll see if that lasts. We'll see how long it lasts. Because, man, Na'Vi... You know, they did slow start. That's the thing. I don't want to completely wreck Astralıs Talent here, because I actually think they had a really good T side until the end of it in the last map. So let's see if they can, you know, draw some of that back.
Yeah, but dude, that's always kind of been the Astralıs problem on Vertigo, is it's like, it's good.
Until it's not.
It's good, but you're also not winning as much as you should be. Like, the foundations are clearly there. You clearly like the map. I hope so, right, at this point. The amount of this is like some weird torture for the guys in the server.
So the amount of Danish stacks I run into on this map anyway, I'm presuming it's the game plan. But well, how planned is their game? Smokes up on
Actually, this was where I met Big Fess, so yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Right, so this is looking nice and clean. Nice, clean, nice and clean. As that bomb goes down, nipple. Not going to be able to stop it. Deagle of Head Trick moving in. I think he's going to be someone to keep an eye on. Obviously, was like the real saving grace, the guy doing it all, especially in the first half for Navı Junıor. Can he keep that up?
Yeah, if he doesn't go 13-14, right, it's probably an Astralıs win last map. So definitely hard to repeat that. You've just kind of used all your energy. How much more have you got? Astralıs get that plant, they get the rounders. Na'Vi save 3 weapons. Astralıs get out with 5 rifles. They knew the force was coming in better than anyone.
It's funny that so many of these academy teams want to play this map. Like, that's the part that really surprises me. I want to listen to Na'Vi, though. I want to hear their beautiful voices filling my ears. Oh, there they are.
Под флеш хочешь?
Hey.
Не, просто, ну, это сейчас.
Хорошо. Я ушел. Я на середину, да, нахуй на середину станем. Да, давай.
Подарись.
На Б ничего не выпустил. Готинем. Не вижу. Давай, докинул.
Я в ладере просто, я в тайм буду заходить.
Давай.
3 хаева.
У меня флешка будет, я могу тебе дать ее потом в карман. Я заколю, если что, потом флеш. Давай, один небо распикивал, меня видел, МБС инбокс.
Я пока мид, типа чекаю.
Проходит 7! Сори. Дали молик мне 5.
7 проходит.
Убил одного.
Живи.
Пробую. Еще план пикает.
Да, не подожди. Спина контролит. В плоте есть ремор?
Нет, дефолт, там 2. Один на сайт, запрыгнул.
Окей.
Unbroken definitely has like the coolest wallpaper. Look at that, man. Full rose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll get you that, Hugo.
Там больше
I'll
контур
surprise
смотрели.
decorate your interior with roses
My
and rose
interior.
petals. Well, of your house, I mean.
Okay.
Not your inside.
Yeah, I was going to say that's a bit terrifying. But it is even more scary for Na'Vi when Astralis go running wild like this, 3-0. But the guns are here. It was off the back of the force and saved force for Na'Vi, so the time is now to show what you got. Do we have that orb?
No.
Big sad. We do for Breezer.
All right. All right, that's interesting. Gonna give him a little bit more room, right? Like a little bit more breathing room, not feeling like you have Latic breathing down your neck with that other AW.
A little more breezing room. Sorry, I really...
Yeah.
ran
Yeah,
that off
no,
the
I'll
track.
tell him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll tell him.
Okay.
Hugo, we're letting you go.
Oh. All right.
That was the big man on the phone just there. And
Pimp's not that tall.
no, but he's hench.
Yeah, that's true.
He's got legs like a horse. And
Four
other
of them.
things like a horse as well. Latic gonna get behind the sandbags.
Sheesh.
Hey, he's out.
Hey. Ow. Oh. Okay. I guess it worked eventually. But you're dead, mate. Nade's coming in. 10 health. Trying to help out his nipple, and he almost catches Breezer before he falls off. There's one more molly, so Astralis seem to be waiting to use that Molotov, although it's down bottom ramp. It's on the flank right now, so yeah, just shoot him. That'll do it instead. Bullets are better than fire, probably. Wall bangs are risky. The A4 is pricey.
Ooh. Yeah, I like that we still have a vintage A4 user in
Yeah,
Nipple.
it's cool.
Big fan.
You like vintage nipple? Old school cool, man. Smoke XX is in, though.
Retro.
Oh, no, we're going to hear that.
The spam is just so brutal, man. Like, no one's even really seen each other in this round. Like, even now, shooting over the top of smokes. And we're into this 3-on-3. No util for the side of Na'Vi Junior. They've got to do this one dry, and with Vigo nailing that shot, that might re-entice you back in.
Gotta be quick.
Lack of kit going to cause you problems, mate. You've got to get a move on here. Oh no, that barrel, that A1S, just a little bit longer. Vigo waited patiently for it, and Hedrick's going to run for the hills.
Ooh, it's a rough start for Na'Vi here in this map. Astralis looking good, though. Very methodical. It's kind of how they began their T-side last time, right? At least on the plus side of losing a game. Like, this happened the other day against Young Ninjas. They got bodied on this map, and then they went back and played it, and they also lost, but I think they got 13 or 14 rounds second time, and it was a lot better. You know, you just lost it very close, so are you going to be able to make those changes? Has Trace, come in with some fighting talk and some ideas to bail Astralis out of this sticky situation? Right now, it looks to be the case. Very methodical in A. They wait so long for Latic to get impatient. He just tries to leave his position. So many spams through the yellow wall, and then the double XX. And even though we have the typical Na'Vi smoke shot kills coming in, Astralis is still able to weather the storm. 4-0, one gun now for Na'Vi. And Astralis are walking up ramp yet again. Done with the B-side, it seems. Not even Altex lurking. He's holding T-spawn.
Well, I think you need to, because the Na'Vi Junior A-hold isn't actually all that unless you have this AWP looking good, right?
Sure.
And with no AWP in play, if you remember, it wasn't until Latic started to step up that actually Astralis even explored B, and it was really that was kind of the beginning of their downfalls once that AWP came in play. So I really like that they're trying to capitalize on the fact that, you're not going to have one on the side of Na'Vi Junior for a little bit still, right? You've still got that wiggle room. And being real, even though the AWP's probably going to come in next round for Na'Vi Junior, I hope that Astralis still commit to an A play. I want them to keep trying to beat Latic until it doesn't work, until he forces you to look for other options. I really hope you just try to bully this guy because he was so key to that Na'Vi Junior victory. It might have been Hedrick topping the charts, the guy who set the game up and even kept Na'Vi in it. But it was really when that AWP came alive over towards ramp, in my eyes, that a lot of the Astralis game plan fell apart. So I like this idea of trying to get in Latic's head, trying to keep on top of him at A. Don't let him build that confidence again. Don't let him feel like he has ownership of ramp. This round, though, set towards middle early on. It might not be a repeat of the A play.
But they're implying it is. Vassa's using all his utility up ramp. He's got that half smoke up, so Na'Vi don't know if there are players right behind it. You'll often see T's pop through that with a flash. Short is taken back, though, by Na'Vi, so good bit of info regathered for a moment. Oh, Vassa trying to push back Latic still, and it's going to be Fen2k to spam him instead, leaving the bulk of Astralis on the mid to B to get this one done. Nipple just trying to play with his food, trying to bait, trying to waste time as Hedrick is stuck in the B bomb site. He does, of course, have Unbroken on Tetris, as is tradition. He's caught with nades out. Altec's boosted up. It works wonders this time around, and Hedrick has to swivel. He can only get one. Nipple on the rotate, stuck in CT, and Viggo can't go anywhere. The AWP is here to cut off the rotate, but with a missed shot, you now won't re-peek unless you have to. That molly spreads, but not enough. Instead, it's Mister on the big flank. We don't even have B, really, and the only player with B is the flank. The Cold Zero jump, and Breezer overwhelmed by the player in the backline. Fen2k pushed all the way down A and came in on the flank. A wild round, but Na'Vi do get it under wraps. I love it.
Yeah, and most importantly, you know, they get out of it with that AWP still in play. So it's going to make another appearance now. And I think, honestly, the Astralis talent probably go back to one of these A plays now. And the worrying part for me is I just have a feeling that Na'Vi Junior are now going to win this ramp fight. And I think this is where the problems could really look to begin. We'll have to wait and see. Ooh. I'm going off of just feeling. Choices that you sometimes see. Right now, it's an early start for Breezer with that AWP outside of the B site. I hope the fear of this ramp control isn't still instilled in Astralis talent, right? I hope this isn't why we're seeing some B leans early on now that the rifles are out. Another missed shot out of Latic. Like, this is what I mean. Right now he's kind of cool. But he does still best Vessa in the head-to-head, and Fen2k's heard them falling back. It's once again another one of these B plays, but with that kill at least, that's something from Breezer.
Yeah, the flash is going to force a shot. Now you know he's all the way up Tetris as well. Altec is playing above that smoke. It can be nice. Oh, almost drops in. Just trying to lay up the util. Hedrick is committed, and they're going to clear him blind initially. Does recover for one. That's good enough. Nipple's helped out second on the flashbang as well, and Viggo is suddenly alone. Going to get that smoke down before Latic is on the angle. This keeps him some safety, but again, the flank from Fen2k is already something that Astralis have to be taking note of. Both these rounds have been won by Fen on the flank. And he's had a great time at getting this info on when Astralis are leaving ramp.
Yeah, I mean, you know, like the B holds for Na'Vi Junior were kind of their strong point. That's why it was so important when Astralis started to feel like this was the only avenue left open. You know, that was really where things started to fall apart. Let's hear what Astralis are feeling, though. Let's hop into the comms.
Ja, jeg tror, du kan droppe alle.
Forsøgt, ja.
Jeg kan købe bare
Der smukker gul.
Kan du ikke smide G2?
Bare gør det samme, som vi gjorde der før.
Ja. Kan jeg ikke bare holde ryg nu? Jeg har kun Deagle, Alex.
Jo, godt.
Ja.
Har du lagt G2?
Giv mig din smoke.
Ja, den er fin.
AV gul.
Der pakker.
Kran også.
Er han nede, eller hvad? Nej.
Er I klar? Jeg måler op bag søn her.
Ja, kom. Kan du gå først med Deagle? Jeg holder ryg her med et.
Bare kom op.
Han er ikke cool.
Kran!
Kran, jeg lader.
Jeg er stadig dernede.
Gul og 2 rampe. Dinger. Ja.
Så går jeg op.
2 rampe. En mere rampe.
Well, I'm getting a little bit nervous. I am getting a little bit nervous. Is this incredible, you know, kind of pick back up from that last map going to come through again? Because Latic hit some lovely shots on that AWP, and Fen2k as well. His aggression at ramp has been so key. He was actually a bit of a problem originally for Na'Vi Junior when we just saw this map a moment ago. Yeah, a part of me gets a bit concerned that you've already let this Na'Vi squad accumulate all this money to always have the utility to go for these ramp fights along with that AWP. Part of me wonders if maybe you've already missed that mark. you know, there's still going to be time for it, especially if you can do like some economic damage. Even in rounds like this, it's so valuable at helping you out in the long run. I don't think you can win this without actually causing some sort of effect towards this ramp area. The odds still tipping in favor of Astralis talent from Parry Match, but maybe that switches up soon if Na'Vi can keep this going. Yeah, I think it is going to be key. Even just once you're able to force a bit of respect out of Na'Vi in this position. They're going to go through the smoke.
Nades.
Nades were lined up, they're ready for this, and they are chunky, man. Look at all that damage. Spilling into the site, it's pretty clear cut that this should just be an RV round.
Oh.
Like lining up a double, that orb getting more and more warmed up. Man, it's almost like it was prophesized that this is how it was going to go. Like,
it's almost like we just saw the exact same
exactly
thing,
like the writing was on the walls, man, but you didn't herald the warning.
No, I'm not counting Astralis out of anything. It's nice and early days. They've got plenty of time.
Being real, if you want to look for the guy now who our eyes should be on, I think it's Breezer. I think if anyone's going to give you an answer to this AWP on the other side, it's got to be him. I really have no faith in getting past the Na'Vi B hold.
That or Fessa, because if you think back to that first map on the T side, he was really good at getting entries on like A-Shore, for example, climbing up yellow. Breezer just got jiggled on by Nipple. And Bentuke swings. There's Fessa with the entries we were talking about. Running wild up ramp. Nipple trades, but he won't last much longer. Dink to Vigo does damage, but it's still Astralis winning the brunt of the fight. Broken close on B. Never played this spot before. Always at Tetris. He might get caught repositioned.
There we go.
You wanted it, you got it. Double entry, and he's run through connector. It's unbroken to die at B, leaving on a rotate, and it will be Astralis coming back in with a round. Fessa just disrespecting the ramp smoke, and that's what I like. I feel like Astralis have given Na'Vi a lot of respect on these ramp takes, and always delayed it. You know, the smoke is scary, especially when there's naught behind it, but hey, Fessa makes it work, and Breezer finishes what he started.
And I mean, you've broken through now, right? Like you've done the impossible. This mountain felt insurmountable at one point in time. It felt like you just couldn't see over it, let alone imagine climbing over it. And now, you know, you've scaled it. You've done the hard part. You broke through. And it wouldn't surprise me if we see Astralis talent go from success to success, even on the back of that. Sometimes just reminding someone that they're mortal is enough, Hugo.
Is that a threat?
You tell me. But don't tell anyone else.
Okay, well, luckily no one's listening. It's just me and you right now. 3 working A. Late flash. Na'Vi are not here on ramp to fight back. Fessa's going to be already up top. It was spamming, and there was some connections there. You're going to hear it. Attic scoping on short. Plenty of noise cues here for Astralis talent on what to expect. Mid lurk and B lurk again, but the latter of which is working a lot now. Latic actually gets spammed out, pushed down by Fessa, who doubles up again in the A bomb site. Breezer's helped out, and it's the double duo, Harry.
There we go.
The trouble caused by these two.
Brilliant.
Oh, he did spot that though. Unbroken now turns on a dime and does catch Mr. going over Con. Now Altex up through the B stairs in a 1v1 right now.
I can't hope he just leaves. I can't hope he just gets out.
Molly will do it. That should be the kill. Although, he lets a player swing out. Oh dear, and gets double-faced.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully, your hope is he's done enough damage to just mean that they commit to the save, but they still look interested. They still want to give this a bit of a peek. But with the AWP having gone deep, you realize it's probably a CT plant. So much map control's been lost. You do just save. And yeah, man, I don't know, like, it's weird this. Like, there are some things in CS that are kind of more based around, like, feeling, right? And it's like, you got that vibe, that the impossible task of ramp, once you did finally tick that off, and, you know, it forces Na'Vi to have to somewhat adjust their game plan away from the thing that was working. It sets Astralis up for this second. Now I think we're going to see a much better T-side out of them. Honestly, It wouldn't surprise me if they go on to win out the half, especially with the money now wrecked for Na'Vi. That's looking like a pretty safe assumption.
got to give it to them, right? You know, not getting ahead of myself either which way, but you know, to fall that short last map and to turn around and still be able to, again on the T side, just look this good. I just hope it's not a temporary thing. I hope they can keep it up the entire half. Like you said, winning the half seems inevitable. And so it shall be. 2 AKs and 3 USPs. Hedrick getting aggressive in mid. Breezer, he thought he had a lot more room than he did. Met in the middle. Unbroken helps out. Those 2 AKs put to great use. And if someone else can get there, there's more guns to be had to try and play what will now be a retake.
You could arm everybody right now for a middle.
This is sick, though.
See, it is, but the only kill he's going to get out of this is this USP. And
it's a backstab.
Yeah, but if the USP player hangs around, oh no, he's running now. Yeah, he is going.
This is perfect.
Timing's really good.
This is the round. Yeah.
I was just nervous that he could have got spotted because he was up on boost, but yeah, he's hit this timing nicely. Oh, no. The turn!
Okay.
Pen2k with a biggie. And now Latix arm with an AWP as well. This gets real dangerous for Astralis Talent. They're 2-on-3. There is no armor, right? That's always going to help you. But you're not out of the woods yet. Vigo with 1, traded after the fact. Altex has got to do it all. He's often been the guy lurking at B. Well, now he's got to play with time again, play with timings, and trapped in over on Tetris. He's won it to time. Latic might get the kill, and he might get out with the AWP, but it's an Astralis Talent 8th. Considering that was, you know, those 2 saved guns and then just USPs, that's a really nice round out of Navy Junıor.
Yeah.
And it might not win it, but they certainly feel like winners in a way.
Oh yeah, Fess is probably kicking himself a little bit, right? He could have had the whole round there. Even just living after 1 kill would have been fine. But you know, when you get 2 players with the back turned, you want them both, and you take the shot on the further player first. 8-4 though, and Astralis, you know, it doesn't matter how it goes, a round's a round, and they've won the half at a worst case scenario. That's already improvements. AWP is back out for Latic, of course, saved. So needs to be providing goods. Pen2k has been great at this, especially in this map, these A pushes. Wasn't getting away with it as much until the end of the previous one, and he's been flanking big. I wonder if he'll do so again. It looks like he's pushing his own smoke down bottom A while this B rush comes in. Unbroken is living on Tetris like he does every day of the week. Gets dinked, still survives. They can't cross to him with the AWP there. He's flashed in for even more. And Breezer trades, but don't forget about the flank. Fen2k is being held by Altex. Great awareness that this continues to come through, especially after you saw him push short and kill your teammate. That was definitely being called by whoever died on A.
Yeah, and now they be running up that ramp. They be running up that hill. Nipple, only guy here. Now the AWP set up in CT as well, and Hedrick's just gotten into position in Ellie. This is a nice timed rotation. All here, 3 strong inside of this site, and Breezer. How do you even begin to navigate this one? It's going to have to be lights out from him. First man falls, but there's more where that came from. Now Hedrick is low. If Nipple dies, they're going to try and double up. They're going to try and play this together.
Yeah.
And Nipple with the swing locks it in. Navy Junıor up onto 5. That AWP grandfathered into the next round. And with that, combining that with the results of their little, you know, previous hero AK round, you've broken the money of Astralis Talent, giving yourself a window back into this game.
What a mess, dude. Unbroken on Tetris is nutty. Like, when we were watching Vertigo earlier in our first series, there were players mollying Tetris every single round, but no one ever played it. Astralis definitely need that molly on the T side. It's a free kill if you throw a molly on Tetris, it feels like, in some of these rounds. Don't get me wrong, he often does have a teammate with him, but even so, it's so consistent from the guy. Oh, boost, you're dead. Oh, yep, eventually. And Fen2k continuing to wreak havoc down on this bottom A ramp. Oh, should be a nice clean round here for Navı Junıor. Oh, thank goodness Hedrick comes in to save his teammate. And last round of the half now, Astralis, they're happy either way. Why not make it even better?
Yeah, looking to be another close half.
Ooh.
lots of players towards A. Everybody for Astralis Talent. They throw the big smoke, drops in front of the one down ramp, tries to give you a little alleyway to try and get up to short, but that's where Fen2k comes into the picture, right? His whole job is to try and put a stop to this smoke walk, and it's only 1 kill from it. The spam back from Breezer is good. Well placed to find that trade. Can't emphasize enough how important that was. That's a smoke shot that really has just bailed them out. If they, you had more players going through that smoke, Fen2k could have gone on a tear there. Oh, I like this. Latic. Cheeky. Trying to get stuck in on short, but now he's wrapped from everywhere. 3 points of health, and he's dead to the site. It's looking like Astralis onto 9, unless Unbroken can pull up with a huge 1v4.
Screw. And they want the kill, man. Astralis aren't even backing out to play this safe. They know this round and this half is theirs to play with. Unbroken can't wait forever here. You're just not going to get given the kills at a certain point. And now Astralis have fallen back into a safe setup. 1v4, and the Orb should just close this on a dry peak. There it is. 9 rounds and a half. Astralis got to be feeling pretty fantastic right now. Last game did not go the way they wanted. They slowed down, especially towards the end of that T side, but not in this map. They have kept it going all the way along. Na'Vi just getting the scraps. And obviously hard for players like Headtrick, who went 30 and 14 last map on Vertigo, to do that same thing again. He's 10 and 9. He's playing fine, but I think the hero was Fen2k, right, with some of these flanks and some of these pushes down ramp. The B stops.
Yeah, I mean, I think as well, because you've just played this, right, obviously you've got kind of a wealth of information to go off of. There's already some tells that I've kind of picked up on. I'm sure you have as well. It's like when Na'Vi go for these A plays, they love throwing the short smoke right away out of spawn. I hope what that does is when Breeze is AWPing in this second half, CT side, we see a lot more peeking from ledge, from down ramp. Because there were times where that smoke would nullify the AWP. Well, now that you're cognizant of that, now that you're cognizant that that's a reoccurring feature of these A plays, I imagine that might change up some of his decision making. Something that we've credited Astralis for in the past is their ability to make changes in between these replays.
But will they be enough? They weren't last time. Enough to make the game closer, but this time it's got to be that one further step. They've got to get their first victory here at WoW. And Na'Vi for splitting the day down 1-1, that would just be a day in the office. That's absolutely okay. But do they have a second wind? Let's find out and hop in their team speak.
Флеш?
Да.
Карман есть.
Я сразу
Карман.
молик. Дал молик. Дал 7 дым.
Дай дым, дай. Я фул. Ворвали.
Сам добил.
Капнул.
До рука вместе.
Даю дым. Дал
Да,
молик.
бля.
Рука 2.
Хорош.
Еще один.
Фул.
Убил.
Знаешь?
Я ставлю парня.
Так, я в упор подойду. Релоудится в лифтах. И 5.
Лево.
5 лифты, 5 лифты. Обновил
На
лево.
рампу.
Я ушел в
У меня еще флеш есть.
Ай-яй-яй.
Спрыгнул с 5.
Ах, 5.
У меня норм флеш. Сайд зашел, парня. Я дал
Флэкнул
флеш.
вроде.
Там 2.
Вроде дал.
Без армора.
Кто фейк?
Без армора с китами. Убил.
Пикает.
Киты есть аккуратно. Дефает.
Не дай файт.
Oh, he got it.
Wow.
He was sticking that. That's the worst, man. When you jiggle, you see him on it, and he sees you, and then he gets off and one taps you. What a shot for Vigo. 4
That is
kills.
a nuts round, man.
Yeah.
He was looking really good in the first half, and I mean, that kind of solidifies it, doesn't it? I mean,
Wow.
1v3 in an A post plant as well. Like, that's hard enough in a 1v1 even, man. Like, to make something like that happen. The fact that he's able, like, every one of those shots, the issue with those post plants on A is, like, if you don't nail the shot the moment you get the peak, you lose the round. Like, you're only going to get 1 or 2 chances, and man, he nailed every shot immediately. See those parry match odds slipping in favor of Astralis Talent more and more, and justifiably so at this point. Breezer even donning the early game AWP. And there's the ledge peek I talk about, right? They've been so used to seeing this short smoke thrown from spawn. He's peeking it.
Vigo 1337 score, dropped an AWP to Breezer. I can only imagine. Unbelievable in round 2. And so let's see if he gets away with anything. If Na'Vi give him the peek he wants. Well, he's already walked out. He's already rotated round.
I like it though. He peeked ledge early in case that short smoke comes over, and when it doesn't materialize, now he's gone back towards short side, which I would argue is the better of the two for the AWP. Right, just a little bit safer. You can try and get out of there without the fear of getting rushed as quickly, right?
You also don't really flash this angle.
Yeah.
If you're swinging sight, you'll like flash over sandbags or something like that. But this, you often will just dry peek because it's such an easy angle to pre-fire. There's only really one spot they can be. You know, it's just how wide are they on the wall. And he turns, but goes right back. Oh, he's just flicking left and right. He still hit a headshot, but I don't really know what's going on there. Wrapped all the way round over the top of the boost. Vigo dropped, and 2 on 4. Now you're regretting that AWP, as Latic will laugh all the way to the bank.
Yeah, I'm kind of worried that there was like maybe some form of miscom there, because Vesa was tucked at sandbags. And it looked like a call came along that, like, they could have gotten up ramp, right? Because suddenly he starts to consider the site when in reality, Na'Vi were nowhere near it, man. Nowhere near being up the ramp. That's one of the issues with that sandbags position if you're kind of playing the long con. So there's the response for Na'Vi Junior, and it's immediate. That free AWP upgrade as well, going to be really, really welcomed in the Na'Vi Junior camp.
Let's see what Astralis have to say. Oh, they have a timeout, so we'll hold off for that one. Don't want them to leak everything.
Yeah, that would be a little blunder. So yeah, we'll let them have their chat. You don't want to interrupt a flock of Danes where they're talking. Migrating, yeah. They are territorial by nature.
Yeah. This is, oh dear, I love Latic's hair. Oh, look at the brush back. So stylish. Are Na'Vi listening?
Yeah, right?
They're listening to us. Playing up for the camera.
Yeah, a little bit of time to talk this one through, figure out how they want to approach it, and we're in. Let's hear the comms.
Jeg kan lægge rundt med for det gule, Frank.
Ja, kom. Jeg hører ikke noget, der går hurtigt B. Skal jeg bare lige dig? Ja. Kan du godt. En helt oppe, eller hvad? En helt oppe, de søger bare. Okay, jeg lægger lige face.
Jeg kan flash lige på os.
Det er helt flere. Det er lige meget.
Så du 5, eller hvad?
Der er mange.
Der
er en, der står her. Skal jeg lægge face igen? Nej, vi har ikke. Vi skal ud og lege, Victor. Ja, vi skal gå cool. Vi skal gå sammen. Tille nu. Der er 4 mod 1 nu.
Kan godt gå op lige på.
Jeg flasher lige op.
Jeg kan flash gul for dig, Mikkel.
Jamen, vent lige om lidt. Kan vi ikke boost, Mikkel? I kan godt boost. Flash gul, Mikkel.
Flasher her.
Nej. Ja.
Hop.
Så bliver jeg nødt til at... Low. 1 HP nu så. Okay, virkelig low nu. Alle, Alex. Alle. Gul og lige på. Har hørt dig. Jeg ved godt, du er der.
Løber B.
Nej, han blander igen. Husk dig en af Mikkel low. HS. Nej, det er scout. Sygt det ham. 1 mod 1. Han gik ind i con. Ved nok godt, du ikke kan kætte. That's right.
Yeah, I'm inclined to agree. That is a nice try, right? Go into that with just Eagles. Get it so close. I mean, dude, I thought with that sprint to the site that somehow stopped the plant. Like, that could have gotten out of control, right? This is also devastating. If that were the old Deagle, that would have been a kill over on the short side. Good stuff from Nipple. He wasn't just the guy to clutch the round out, but he was also the one to actually stop that site player, right? It wasn't Fen2k on short who got it like you thought it was going to be. It was Nipple bailing them out.
Now flat pistols as well, right? Time for Na'Vi to get acclimatized to their T side and warm in. They're already holding for the B flank, and well, it's coming in spades. 3 CTs have walked down ramp. Stairs. And Na'Vi are more than ready for this play. As they take the A site, they're noticing it's pretty undefended right now anyway, so that's even more reason to watch your back. And Unbroken, while he's put distance between himself and the bridge, he's still going to be there to do so. Wall of smokes come in. Na'Vi can get the bomb plant, and likely no challenge here to close this round. Here's the flank 3K. 1. And no more.
Yeah, Unbroken's having a bit of a mare. Like, it seems like he's just having one of those games where he's saying, like, boys, look, I have to be honest, I'm not really feeling it all of a sudden. Like, it's hit him like a ton of bricks, because he was one of the guys who was able to step up in that last Vertigo. He's consistently left to hold the flank, and that's oftentimes, if someone does feel like they're having a bit of a rough time, that's where you put them. But on this flank holding responsibility, that round there kind of encapsulates it. A lot of the time, he's been good for one or none. He got deegged out by Altex in the round prior to last, USP'd there. It's fine. It's only a minor detail, but he was a pretty key piece of the puzzle in the previous Vertigo game. So hopefully we can see him kind of stumble back to his feet.
Yeah, I'm not worried for Astralis yet, but this is where they need to get ahead of it before it becomes a problem, right? This long, drawn-out game that Na'Vi Junior seems to love. I mean, maybe getting it from the main team a bit, but...
They kind of dominate everyone.
Yeah, true. But, if you're hitting the overtimes, it's not getting any easier, is my point. Either way, 9 rounds, 1 behind, and... Na'Vi's starting to go for contact B plays as well. Altek's almost left. He's not jumping up, although he could do. There's a flash there ready for him. Up he goes over the top, and everyone's blind. Beautiful spray. Almost dying, but he will escape back to the bomb site. That's huge. Oh, Molly got him instead.
Damn.
Doesn't matter. 2 for 1,
yeah.
And you got so much info. You've thrown a real problem in the side of Na'Vi, who wanted to commit to B, and now really, I mean, if they do, they've got to wait a second. At least let Astralis spread back out. If they go right now, there's 4 players here, or 3 players here rather. It's not going to get any easier.
They don't have any smokes left. All they've got is flashes, and it's not going to work. It does get them that first, but that's where Vigo and Breezer both collapse into the site. Hedrick was the guy to watch on the last map of Vertigo. Now he's trying to figure out how to navigate this 1v2. Astralis, as long as they stay together, it should be their round. And they know that.
But if they do that, it's going to give them a plant on A. How long do Astralis want to stick back on their setup? Fesser's already leaving. But he can't lean too far until he hears the steps. Now running, Hedrick has to get that plant in immediately. And I mean, if he does, Fesser's going to rush him. There's no way Fesser won't. He has to. And that's the round. Perfect play, shooting the bodies, and a bit of flair to close. Astralis 11-9. Nice little rotate there for Fesser, but yeah, the time wasn't there.
Yeah, no, I really like that, man. Like you say, the moment the clock kind of hits that time period of around about 20 seconds left, Fesser leans back, he gets into elevator, he hears the footsteps, and at that point, it's like a judgment call, right? Like, you hear the plant going down, you go, I can just win it right now. We know he's low, we know he's got a plant, he doesn't know I'm here. So no, that was nice. Nice time to dismantle that little double stack as well. Good reactions from Astralis talent throughout that entire round, really.
Yeah. Sigh of relief as well. That was a round that would have put Na'Vi in the lead, essentially. It would have broken Astralis' money. Instead, we now actually have an AWP off. 1 on either side. Both at 12 kills apiece right now. Fen2k, it loves pushing down ramp CT. Well, he's going up on T through the smoke. Won't commit. So scared of a flash swing for Astralis. Could come through at any moment. Oh, that's a nice nade. Yeah, good chunk of damage. Fest is going to finish the job. Sprays Fen2K, and oh, Vigor helps him out with a headshot through the wall. Latic is holding. Re-aggression. Maybe time to cut your losses. It could be dangerous. You've already lost a player mid. This can very quickly be a 3-on-3. If Latic held on there, maybe it would have been. But Flashed Off had to run back to get the bomb. Regrouping back at B.
Yeah, Astralis talent that they've already started to move players over. That's because Breezer is scoped up on A ramp. He knows that no one's here. And so they take a bit of a, not even a gamble, it's more of a calculated risk, right? You know it's not the A play, means it's likely one of these late Bs. However, the two players that were meant to hold the line have both been bested. You don't want to concede this one, especially not with how the round started, but you might not be left with many options here.
Ooh.
Unless something materializes, jumping down through that smoke. Essa knocked out and Breezer's left running for the hills.
Yeah, Astralis, turns out all they did is delay that eco round, delay that reset. As Na'Vi immediately put them back on pistols. This orb save is pretty important if you can get away with it. Oh no, that's really not good. Hedrick's walking up through ramp as well, and he's doing it so quiet. This is a little bit terrifying for Breezer. Na'Vi can't afford to lose players, though, themselves. They don't want to sacrifice anyone here. That's why Hedrick's sneaking. They're hoping he can catch this player at the last second. It's up to Unbroken, though. Only option is peeking right here, right now. And he's not going to get there in time. So, gun is saved. That's massive for Astralis to actually have a weapon to use in this eco round. But by and large, this is Na'Vi looking to close the gap. Great util on the B-pop as well, right? Molly and the flash that full blinds Vigo back on default, even though Na'Vi never knew he got that deep into the site, right? They didn't know the Breezer had the A angle and therefore all the info. Faster A approach, perhaps.
Oh, the orbs in middle pushing. This is
Right.
how Na'Vi actually use their hero gun as well, right? Secure some early mid control, gets you information, also gets you a player in the back line. And I mean, now you've heard the footsteps at A, you're assuming that this is the A play, and Breezer's AWP is here in time, set up on shore. Good spot for it. But he is going to have all the impact in this round if Astralis want to win it.
Yeah, Na'Vi being methodical, though. Spam is good. Mollies to burn out short. They've got control now. Breezer's got a swing, and he will. Nipple ready for it. Bomb out. There's players in the smoke, but he will trade back to get the kill in time. Na'Vi take a flawless anti-eco with the AWP not popping. No one else ever was going to. And now it's crunch time. 11-all. A rebuy for Astralis. And one that has to work.
Yeah, I mean, this is the issue, right? Like, Astralis might have held the lead. They might have even had some, real nice reads sprinkled in at times. A lot of the time it feels like they're getting ahead in RV, but losing in these head-to-heads. And with how these last few rounds have gone, Astralis are kind of in this spot where they could be just living on borrowed time, right? This is nice. You need this victory in this round if you want to still make a compelling case for Astralis to win this one. Without it, the game starts to spiral. They get into this spot where their money is always on the edge. And so that little opener from Altex, so valuable to Astralis. Out into middle for Na'Vi. With mid-control taken, this feels destined to be a B play. And that might not really work out for you here. Astralis have got deep ramp control. They know that nobody's in ramp. And so look, you've already got a second man reinforcing that B site, Vigo in middle. Wouldn't surprise me if one of these other A players, really looking at Fessa, starts to rotate over as well. Now they're going to hear footsteps, but it's just Nipple coming back. Just Nipple.
Oh,
right.
but this is so unfortunate as well, because if he goes, he dies. If he leaves, he gets flanked, because Fessa's so deep, he knows this is a fake. Nipple, yeah, I mean, Breezer rather, he had to get that kill. He had to try, or they would have lost a round anyway. And without it, well, it's not going to be much better. 30 seconds, they've got to pop B. Mollies are good. Oh, he's going to burn out Altex. Nothing he can do there. Na'Vi popping in with 20 seconds, but can they even get the plant? Will they get given the room?
Yeah, they've been given the respect. They've been given respect to get the bomb down. Astralis tried to peek it late, and they come to regret that. This was meant to be their round through and through. They had everything. They had the man advantage. They had the info, but that doesn't matter. Na'Vi, they managed to come out on top. That is heartbreaking for Astralis. You couldn't have asked for more in a round like that. You had the early openers. You had the info that ramp was clear. You had the stack towards B. There was a really nice little detail, that double Molotov to backside, right, to burn out the default player. Altex tries to run out of it, tries to get behind double. I don't even think he realized that there was a second Molotov. He probably thought, my God, how long is this thing as he's running through it?
Yeah, Fan2K is having a great game, right? One of our questions was, how's Headtrick going to do it again? Like, he's obviously not. It's very difficult to repeat that kind of performance. But Fan2K was coming in with huge impact first half on, you know, what we just saw from Breezer in that round. These ramp pushes, going down short, flanking B plays, or just being a nuisance on that A ramp area. Or now he's coming in with huge entries time after time. 21 and 15, top of the server. And that's what Na'Vi needed. Yet again, at crunch time, deep in the map, Astralis are getting broken into two. They may have won the pistol, but they went nowhere with it. Now just Deeks. One gun. Oh, Molly falls short on the hinge. If anything, Astralis are very fortunate that that's the case. But we've got another lineup. The angle will be cleared eventually, and now the wall of smoke's getting set up by Na'Vi. There's a flank, but how impactful is this going to be? Again, Unbroken is on it, and as long as he gets his one kill this round, he's okay. Oh,
every time, bro. Unbroken. I feel so bad for him.
That's the same angle he holds flank on every time, so he does need to change
You say that. The first time he died to Altex, it wasn't there, but...
Okay, well...
Still, like, he did in the USP
There's
round,
a reason
so
he got one.
Yeah.
It's probably because he plays it. But yeah, that's, I mean, unlucky. Still unlucky. Unluckily, Altex is killed before he gets involved any more than that. Astralis are not being given the kills, nor do they have a kit, so Latin could have collated, but instead he'll just be ecstatic as his team have come in to close out the round. Eco swept aside, and it's your final, well, not your final, but one of your final full buys if you're Astralis. Your best buy, your best chance at stopping Na'Vi from running over your dead body twice.
Yeah, it's a bit of a shame as well, because, like, you know, we talked about how at 11-11, that was really, you know, the make or break round for both teams, it felt like. Astralis kind of on the receiving end of all those economic woes. This becomes the must-win round, because if you don't win this, part of me thinks Astralis are the kind of team that would elect to play for overtime, right? Take that kind of eco up against 14, especially when the scorelines, when the margins are this tight. And, you know, if we get to that point in time, I think Na'Vi are teed up very, very nicely.
God, this is ballsy for Fessa. He's sitting out with a smoke out. A player could just walk up short. But Alphago moving in. Molly on the orb. Uh-oh. Gotta be careful. Everyone's so flashed. Smoke on top of it, though. Breezer goes up and over. Might even flash Fessa back in for another fight. He's going to catch on with a back turn. Doesn't need the flash anyway. Breezer follows up as Fessa goes for the reload. It's the perfect bait to get Na'Vi right up into their own coffin. Vigo catches Latic looking away, and it's a 2v5B. We've had Na'Vi do the impossible in this position, but this can't be it.
Yeah, Altex often good for one. He's going to have support here to help him.
Oh, dear.
They're having a turn from flashes, which makes him negate Tetris. So, yeah, that's a nice clean round for Astralis talent. That's exactly what you needed to completely alleviate those economic worries that, you know, really could have been their downfall here. That's a huge sigh of relief. If you were going to win a rifle round, winning it flawlessly, mate, that could have saved the entire thing for Astralis.
Vigo top score and top effective flashes in the server. 60% headshot highest on Mr., but also lowest kills. And nothing really to write home about otherwise. More ops, though. I'm glad we have everyone armed on their favourite weapons. We haven't really seen much mid in this T-side.
Yeah, and I got to say, the way Na'Vi are playing mid right now is my favorite way for teams to do it. It's full silent, full contact. I think the moment you throw flashes, you just give too much information over.
Bigger won't even know from this angle.
Yeah. Now that molly will signal that there's players in middle. So now attention gets directed, but it's a very late reaction compared to if the flash comes earlier. They're having to hold it reactively on the B play, and they've done a good job of that. Repelling the Na'Vi offensive out through middle. They never even knew about this backside player. And so Mister, even though that molly, and the wallbang's going to connect, still a rough spot for Latic to be in. A 1v2 at the B site temporarily, and a big flank coming in from Breezer. Latic, this is not going to be an easy round. Not going to be an easy clutch, and as he goes for the swing, it's into this double peak, so there's Fessa to find the equalizer for Astralis Talon.
Dude, this game's got it all. It won't. No one will go down. No one will give up. Just when you feel like someone's got a handle on the economy and a handle on the momentum, boom, next gun run comes in, and it comes in perfectly. 13-all, still an overtime potential here for the last map of the day. Still anyone can win. But you got to say the favor's probably shifted to Astralis at this point.
Man, this is like watching, like just two boxes like slugging each other, and you're questioning, like, man, is this even humane anymore? How much longer can they go on? You know, they're barely even standing, but no one is going down. No one's getting KO'd. Mid aggro again. Silent on the approach. I wonder if they skip out on the Molotov this time around. It really wouldn't surprise me if they do.
Yeah. Oh, but I love the off angle. Mister stands up. That's what kills him. Standing up right there. Goes to the normal headshot angle, and he's going to get traded by Head Trick. Swung out inside of the molly, and when you get shot, you slow down. So Altex takes some serious damage in that burn. And now it goes quiet. Na'Vi spread back out. They peel off of B after taking their early kill at mid. Seem to have done enough for their liking. Regrouping at the bottom of A, but there's no info here other than Breezer's AWP peeking deep down ramp. Fess is even about to rotate, but that will be changed as Breezer gets contact. He goes back to sandbags and still has his smoke late in the round. They have a molly and a nade. He can keep this position as long as he likes, as long as he hits the shots.
Oh no, the smoke dribbles first, and that really screws him. Man, that keeps happening at sandbags. Oh, there you go. That's a thing of beauty.
Wow.
3 from him, and Fessa to close it.
Sick.
One hell of a spray transfer to save the day. Something like that needed to happen if Astralis wanted to get out of that one alive.
To explain the molly thing, right, how that smoke keeps doing that, the reason being is because there's two ways to do it. One, you drop the smoke right below you on top of you on the molly, and so it's going to land always perfectly. It's always going to put it on the molly, but it means you're sitting inside of a smoke and you're basically dead. Or you throw it over to the side, and then you have a bit more room to climb up on the fence, or go around the boxes, or go over the top. Back into the Astralis.
Men de burde have et lavt køb nu.
Jeg smukker endpoint.
Ja.
Vi stepper ikke under A.
En løb B, tror jeg.
Jeg er fast lige over der med.
Ikke igennem.
En A kun.
Okay.
Liv boostet.
Løb.
Der er en
Jeg er med B.
Jeg repicker. Det er ikke med A, ikke noget.
Den er lige nede.
En A stadig.
Jeg er med dig her, Benja.
Ja. Du kan bare sidde og gemme dig lidt. Spil på mig.
Så holder jeg nede midt.
Ja.
Midt 1 HP. Jeg kommer lige hjælper.
En B.
Jeg måler ham af.
Hopper info.
Han er der ikke, Victor.
Kan du ikke bare holde ham? Kan du holde ham?
Jo, jeg holder ham.
Jeg er væk, Victor.
Han sidder dernede.
Dræber ham bare.
Det
Kommer frem nu.
Holder stadig, Frank.
Jeg har helt B.
Jeg trækker også for midt her.
Kigger nu. Der med. Bare gem dig, Frank. Bare gem dig. En kun.
Er det ikke en aktivist, han kommer under af? Det lyder det til.
Kigger død.
Nej, sgu da.
Sådan.
And flawless. What a time for it for Astralis. This has been a stressful day of Counter-Strike for these young Danes, but they might finally be coming up top trumps, although here's the money.
I love a Danish nice, man. The way they say it, it sounds so round, if that makes sense. Can words sound round?
Give me an impersonation.
They go like noise. It's more of like a
Noise.
it's like a noise, you know, but yeah, like that meme. Nice.
Nice. Probably not good to do down a mic, but well, what are you going to do?
It's downside better than all that squawking you've been doing for the last couple of hours.
Last couple of years, I think.
Yeah, that's a good point. Oh, dude, that's nice. Is that a little fish hook on the hat? And we going fishing.
Right, this is it.
Through
This
dripping
is-
on the fishing.
This is what we all came here for. Yeah, it is. What's he fishing for? Frags?
If I had to guess.
If you cast a reel off the edge of Vertigo, it's going to take a long time to find it.
That is
Fishing
a
for
good point.
birds, man.
Yeah,
Put a worm on the end, maybe you'll get it.
yeah. Pimp's more of the fisher out of our slot, man. Can ask him if he's ever caught any birds with his little worm. 15 to 13. Where we're at right now. And now, it's last chance saloon for Navy Junior.
That's your magnum octopus, Harry. That might be your best work. Here we go. Vesser's in the smoke. Watch out, they're running wild. Na'Vi, this is a serious pace-up ramp, and it goes both ways. Vigor ran down ladder and backstabbed head trick. He goes right back up. He wants nothing to do with the flank, keeping the 5-on-4, keeping the favor. And Astralis, 4 kills away from their first victory here in Season 3. In 4 games, Vertigo finally may be able to take one. Don't want to feed the beast too soon, though. They hold off from that short aggression. And now the smokes fade. Astralis replenish 1. And it's just shooting through walls, man.
Yeah, I mean, you talk about feeding the beast over here at Ramp, mate. Right now, it's Vigo and Fessu have been zookeepers for the day. Like, they've been remarkable at holding down these A-site pushes. Is this round going to be much the same? It's Breeze's AWP to find one through the smoke. Man, no one's even seen anyone in this round. Like, this is Virgo in a nutshell, man. Oh my god, the smokes are fading. It's just Fen 2K, and there's so many up against him. There we go, Astralis talent. They finally come through with a victory on Vertigo. It's 4 times a charm in their repeat matchups, but they do manage to get one over the line.
Want to know the danger now? They're going to keep on picking it,
Yeah,
Harry. They're going to keep on picking
course.
it. We finally broke our seal. We finally got in, and we've taken a win. Yeah, good for them, though. It's been a grind today, and it felt like even the previous Vertigo game they had until they let go at the end, right at the end of that T side. So, yeah, definitely some improvements today for Astralis talent. I think for Na'Vi, they probably got a bit tired towards the end, and I don't blame them, to be honest. Hedrick had a phenomenal opening map, but yeah, what a game, what a day, and we got more for you as well over on the desk, so stick with us.